Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. So, I wanted to do a scope entitled Do It Scared. And the reason being is because I just did my first speaking engagement this year. And although I was really prepared to do the scope, I had my notes, I studied, and from the time I got the call, I just really went into prayer. And although I was prepared, I was scared. And I was scared because I was speaking to an audience, and it was definitely something that's new to me. Although last year I did do three engagements, they weren't engagements that I kind of had to prepare for. I was just put on the spot to do it. As you all know, I have a mobile boutique, so it was a couple of events that I did, and it was like, oh, we have vendors here. Would you like to get up and speak and talk about your business? I did one for the mobile and food truck industry seminar, and that was kind of like, although I was on the program to speak, I didn't know that I was on a program to speak. So it was kind of like when I got there, I found out. So being that it was done in that way, I had to just do it. It wasn't anything that I had to prepare for, so I just actually got up there and I spoke. But in this sense, I got a call beforehand. I wasn't put on the spot and I had to be prepared for it. So I'm saying all that to say is I was scared. I was scared to do it. I was nervous. I was fearful. I was like, Lord, what am I going to say? But what's so ironic is I started about 10 days ago now praying the Jabez prayer, and the prayer is, this is not verbatim, but it's, bless me, Lord, enlarge my territory, keep your hand upon me, keep me, deliver me from evil, that I may not cause pain. So in that sense, what was I going to say? I just lost my train of thought. Sorry. I started praying that prayer, and in the midst of me praying it, I started believing when I'm praying. That's like the whole point for things to come to pass. You have to believe it. When you say a prayer, you can't just pray and expect God to make a change, and then you're not going to believe it. So anyway, I started saying a prayer, and I started believing it. So the day before, let me just tell you how God moved. He's just so great. The day before that I had to speak, I just woke up in the middle of the night, like at around like 4:10 a.m. And I always fall asleep on BET, so they have like all the churches and pastors and little things come on. So the particular one that was on at the time was something I believe is Michael Mathis or something like that. I don't know. The name is I don't have the name verbatim, but he was preaching on the 7 laws of like success or something like that he does. And I woke up on one, and it was just talking about faith and fear. And I was just like, okay, God, you're like really awesome, because he was already like on the 4th one. So when I woke up on the 5th one, I think, talked about like fear and faith. And he stated the only way to conquer fear is by faith. And I was just like, wow. So I instantly started talking to God, like laying in my bed, literally talking to God, like, God, I know you're moving. I know you're answering my prayers. I know you're there. I know you hear me. So we have to believe. We have to end up doing what it is that God called us to do. Do it scared. Even if you are not ready, do it scared. If somebody wants you to speak somewhere, just do it, because God is going to be there with you. When I say at my engagement, everything just flowed. I prayed that the Holy Spirit would just guide me and just move. And when I say that he moved like, and I had my friends and my family there to support me, and just to have that support gave me another boost of like confidence, because it's like, it's easy to get a stranger to listen to you and to come out and to support you. But when you have family and friends to come out to support you, that says a lot about who you are. And because that's saying that they believe in you. If you can get someone that already knows you to follow you and to believe in you, that says a lot. So I was so grateful for that and just so thankful. And I I won't even say God moved. Like, I spoke and it was just like immaculate. I was like so proud of myself. So I just wanted to get on here and just encourage someone to say, just do it. If you are scared or fearful, if you can't beat fear, do it scared. And that was another thing I posted on my Instagram the night before I had to speak. I was in, you know how you go through Instagram on the Explorer page, and I ran across that, and it said, if you can't beat fear, do it scared. I posted it that night before I went to bed, said my prayers, because I was speaking to myself when I posted that. I mean, although it was someone else that wanted to hear it, that was for me when I saw that. I said my prayer. I went to sleep. God answered my prayer at 4 something in the morning by waking me up. Mind you, I didn't have to go to the bathroom or nothing. It was just get up. Like, I don't know. And I got up. I was well rested. I let God move, and I gave it over to God. And that's what we have to do in every situation that we're in. Whether it's at your job, whether it's at school, you trying to pass the test. You need to pass that test. Give it to God. Let God move. And that's what we're not doing. I learned that we are not allowing God to operate in our lives. And we have to, regardless of our shortcomings, regardless of everything. If we was perfect, we wouldn't need Jesus. So don't worry about don't worry about being imperfect. Let God move. Let God use you, because He will. He will. And we just got to just let go and let God. We got to stop worrying about what someone is going to say and just step out there and do it. And as I always say, I don't care if I was speaking to one person, as long as that one person get it. How can God bless you to speak and do things in front of a multitude of people, and you won't even do it for one person? You have to do it for Him first. God knows your heart. So let Him use you. If it's something out there that you really, really, really want to do, and you know it's your purpose, you better step out there and do it scared.